1.
If you could try any job for a week, would you want to be a necromancer? You can in Necromancer For A, a game that puts you in the role of a monster tamer with an undead twist. You've got 7 nights to build the perfect duo by battling enemies and reanimating the monsters you defeat to join your team. There are different monsters to discover, each with their own abilities, plus move tomes that let you teach new skills and create some pretty devastating combos. The tactical depth comes from figuring out which monsters work best together, and how to maximize their potential. Each time you complete a run, you unlock a random monster as a starter option for your next playthrough, so your roster keeps expanding. It's a balance between strategy and experimentation that keeps you coming back to see what crazy monster team you can put together next.
Number 2.
Creeping Dusk splits your time between 2 completely different gameplay modes. During daylight hours, you're essentially playing a town builder, expanding around an abandoned gold mine, placing structures, and setting up defensive strategy. Then night hits and everything changes. The monsters come pouring in, and suddenly you're in a full tower defense mode, watching all of that careful planning get put to the test. Every battle you survive nets you blueprints and resources that unlock new building options and defensive possibilities. The Fog of War mechanic adds an exploration element, hiding both secrets and advantages you can discover. It's a nice touch that gives you reasons to push beyond just defending your core territory. So man the walls and get ready to build and defend like there's no tomorrow. This week's video is sponsored by Flexispot. Flexispot is known for their standing desk, but they also make other kinds of furniture, including beds. They recently sent me the Japanese joinery frame and hybrid mattress to try out, and the quality was impressive. The frame is solid wood and takes less time to set up than your first bed in Minecraft. The frame pieces use a Japanese technique called kumiki to securely join the frame together without any screws or those cheap pegs. The fit is tight, and once everything is together, the frame is extremely solid, just like their desks. Flexispot was also kind enough to include their deluxe hybrid mattress, and the difference between it and my old spring mattress was like the graphical jump from Doom to Doom. No pressure points, extremely comfortable, and sleep has never been better. So if you need a better way to rest so you can level up the next day, check out the link in the description. Back to the games.
Number 3.
Bundle of Joy tackles something you really rarely see in games: the genuine chaos of being a new parent. You play as a parent juggling everything from diaper changes to nail clipping, all while a stress meter grows menacingly as tasks build up. I actually met the developer at GodotCon, and the design choices behind the game are really interesting. You're going to mess up these parenting minigames, and that's completely intentional. The whole point is embracing that chaos rather than getting frustrated by it. What gives the game emotional weight are the quieter moments where you reconnect with your partner and work through the heavier stuff, like the self-doubt, the guilt that comes with new parenthood. The game manages to be both comedic and surprisingly thoughtful about the parenting experience. It's not trying to romanticize it or make it look easy, it's showing you that the messy, stressful parts are just as valid as the joyful ones. And it's definitely worth a playthrough.
Number 4.
Who's ready for a classic text-based RPG experience with some modern polish? In Mythscroll, you start with a D&D inspired character creator, picking your race, weapons, as you're dropped into a world of moral choices and consequences. The reputation system really drives the story. Every decision you make, whether you help that lost traveler or decide to rob that merchant, actually shifts how the world sees you and changes future encounters. With over 150 unique encounters spread across 40+ quests, there's a decent amount of replay value here as well. You could be playing a noble paladin in one run and a scheming rogue in the next, and you'll see completely different scenarios unfold based on those character choices and your reputation. The combat is tactical, there's plenty of loot and spells to discover, and for anyone missing those deep, choice-driven RPGs, this one aims to deliver on that promise, making your decisions actually count. And before we get to our last spot, congrats to last week's winner, Split. Be sure to vote for your favorite in the comments to have them included in this year's Godot Game Awards. And like last year, just because a game doesn't win its week, it doesn't mean it can't be included in the awards.
Number 5.
So this game popped up on my radar, and the visuals immediately grabbed me. Trigger of Time drops you into the ruins of a lost civilization with one key tool. an artifact that lets you manipulate time itself. You can slow down time, speed it up, or completely freeze objects. Needless to say, there is plenty of puzzle solving using these mechanics. Mechanics aren't the only interesting piece here. You're also putting together the story of Ilya and her expedition through the scattered notes you find as you explore an abandoned city. The storytelling is designed to be minimalistic. The game is not going to throw plot lines at you, but rather let you discover the narrative organically as you work through each area. Because of this, the environmental design does much of the heavy lifting. The city itself tells you as much about what happened as Ilya's notes do. Plus, you get to manipulate time, which is always fun, right?